right. As far as the injuries go, really Kingsley was the only one that got hurt on the interception there, so hit his head on the turf. Listen, Denver played a good game, and they got us today. On our side, I've got to make sure that we don't go 3 and out with those last couple offensive series, and then there were a variety of things that went on that we all contributed to. So throughout both sides of the ball and special teams, and there were some good things, But when you're playing a good football team, and you got to cut back on your penalties for sure. Too many there, and then some of the other mistakes that we had. So we'll get that cleaned up, and we'll get ready for the Colts. Time's yours.
What does it about those last couple of
We needed to do better on them. I could have given the guys better opportunity to do that.
Coach, coming out of the bye and having so many penalties, hoping to be crispy with the time off.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you look for. I think everybody, that's probably an obvious one. Right?
What led to some of the sellouts you think in the first half?
Yeah, well, listen, they're the number one defense in the National Football League, so we were fighting, and then we had some where we were going backwards and kind of self-inflicted things. So we've got to take care of that.
How pivotal was that interception in the red zone? Just knowing you guys could have maybe gotten points down the league, started to control the game.
Yeah, we still had opportunities, so you don't want that, right? Pat didn't want it. I don't want it. I mean, that's not what you want, but it's there were other opportunities as we went, so we got to make sure we take care of that business. Go ahead.
3rd and 15 there on defense on the last sequence. What do you see?
Yeah, so he was able to get out containment there, and the receiver worked to get himself open. We had a couple guys right around him there, so quarterback made a play, receiver made a play.
To the couple downfield shots in the first series that looked like could have been there, obviously tight one catches. Was that just the way the game unfolded? Was that something you've seen?
Yeah, I mean, we thought we had some opportunities down the field. Didn't work out, but I mean, percentages, you're going to take a few and lose a few of those, but we felt like it would come back and help us, and it did later on in the game.
The block extra point, too.
Yeah, they did a good job splitting us right there, and we've been pretty good in that area, and they got us on that one.
What did you think of Josh's return?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job for being off as long as he was, and then going against who he went against. Did a pretty good job there. Yeah.
Eddie, one of the things this year is your guys' inability to win in one-score games. Is there sort of a message that you have for the guys to see how good you guys are?
Yeah, when you're playing good.
With the Broncos, they have 3rd and 15, and they converted, and then they get around.
Great film study for them because they called it out. I heard them calling it out. They actually switched the line. If you watch the film, you can see both nets kind of switched the line. So they knew it. We got to do a better job at disguising.
On that one play, though, with the push-off, the pass interference, there was also a false start on that, too, that Watson seemed to be calling you. I mean, you were obviously, in your position, so you can see that, but you guys talk about that afterward, and there were literally 2 penalties on that play.
Listen, I'm not here to critique the refs. Sometimes they see it, sometimes they don't. For us, especially in 3rd and 15, we got to get off the field. We got to get off the field, especially critical downs as us as a defense. So we can go back and watch film, see what we could have done better, and make sure we execute. I think that's the most important thing, execute when we need to the most. 3rd and 15, we got to get off the field. 4th quarter, situational, we got to get off the field.
Chris, you said urgency has been an all-time high. Did you feel that today?
Yeah, it was definitely, I felt the energy, I felt the sense of urgency. We just got to execute both sides of the ball. You know what I mean? Whether it's making tackles, 50-50 ball, making those, catching those, tugging them in. 50-50 balls on defense. Make sure we don't allow them to catch the ball. So many areas we can look at where we got to be better. And this game could have made a significant outcome for this game. So, yeah.
Couple more.
Thank you, guys.
Regarding injuries from the recent game, Kingsley emerged as the only player who sustained harm during the interception play when he struck his head against the turf, while the coaching staff acknowledged that Denver executed a strong performance and emerged victorious on that particular day. The team's offensive struggles became apparent through multiple 3-and-out series during the final drives, with various contributing factors affecting performance across all phases including offense, defense, and special teams. Though positive elements existed throughout the contest when facing a quality opponent like Denver, who forced the team to minimize penalties and correct other critical mistakes before preparing for their upcoming matchup against the Colts. The coaching staff emphasized the need for better execution and providing players with improved opportunities, particularly when dealing with containment issues where quarterbacks escaped pressure and receivers found ways to create separation despite having multiple defenders in close proximity. When discussing missed opportunities on downfield throws, the percentage-based nature of such attempts means some will succeed while others fail, though the team maintained confidence that persistence would eventually pay dividends as demonstrated later in the game when certain plays materialized successfully. Denver's defense, recognized as the top-ranked unit in the National Football League, presented significant challenges that forced the team backwards through self-inflicted mistakes and penalties, creating situations where opportunities remained available despite the defensive pressure, though the preference would obviously be to avoid such circumstances entirely. The opposing team demonstrated excellent preparation through film study, successfully calling out and adjusting to defensive alignments as evidenced by their ability to convert on third-down situations where they switched their line calls and disguised their intentions effectively, requiring better execution from the defensive side, particularly on critical downs like 3rd and 15, where getting off the field becomes paramount regardless of officiating decisions. Subscribe now for more in-depth analysis and game breakdowns. The energy and sense of urgency were palpable throughout the contest, but execution remained the determining factor across both sides of the ball, whether making crucial tackles, securing 50-50 balls, or preventing opponents from completing passes in contested situations, with numerous areas identified for improvement that could have significantly altered the game's outcome. The Kansas City Chiefs, historically renowned for their dramatic late-game comebacks, experienced a notable decline in their clutch performance during the current season, which became starkly evident in their disappointing 22-9 loss against the Denver Broncos that dropped their record to 5 wins and 5 losses, while positioning them 3.5 games behind the division-leading Broncos and trailing the Los Angeles Chargers by a game and a half. This defeat represented more than a typical loss as it marked the 5th consecutive occasion where the Chiefs failed to secure victory in a one-score game, representing a dramatic reversal for a team that had previously maintained a perfect 17-0 record in such nail-biting contests since Week 17 of the previous season. The Chiefs discovered themselves on the wrong side of tight contests throughout the year, suffering narrow defeats to the Buffalo Bills, Jacksonville Jaguars, Philadelphia Eagles, and Chargers by minimal margins, with this latest setback highlighting growing concerns for Andy Reid's squad that had dominated the AFC West for nearly a decade, but now found their stranglehold on the division beginning to weaken.